Greetings to you all, and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Right, Kyoko got it wrong. Explain. This isn't possible.
Who was she? Who was Mukuro Hikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
What a rotten piece of luck.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
I think that's a safe assumption.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It would be that bear in the chair.
The Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
You seem awfully confident of this fact.
How can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
I don't think blindly accusing someone of being wrong and their defense blindly being, no, I'm right, is going to get us anywhere.
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Stop acting like a judge, Judge.
Fine.
We'll discuss whatever the hell we please.
Mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation.
Officially decided.
Now then, just so nobody's
I don't know who's officiating this, but very good.
State this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place.
Among the students, he says.
Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Yes, that was my understanding.
One of us killed Mukuro?
Yes.
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
How far-fetched do you want to get, mate?
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
You all seem to care an awful lot about Muck, despite never meeting her.
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects. I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Yeah, you. I mean, Kyoko is where the evidence is pointing, but I wouldn't say it points to me, per se.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm.
I am instantly and infinitely suspicious of anyone who tries to steer the investigation.
That at that point, there was no dead body there.
So you say.
So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden.
If you're telling the truth.
However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
Good heavens. What would you be doing in a place like that? I never would have thought Byakuya would be in the gym.
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma.
Makes sense.
The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
I have a pretty strong defense. I was asleep.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
I was asleep. That is my alibi.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Yes. This puts me in a very bad position. It makes me look bad. Therefore, I think we shouldn't pursue this line of investigation.
Before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock.
Oh, right, you were in there as well.
So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
That's not true. The murder could have happened at any time. The body must have been placed in the garden after 10 p.m. But carry on.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
That was roughly 9 o'clock.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Once again, you'll notice that Byakuya is sending someone else to the garden. So if he knows the body's there, then he knows it's going to be discovered. And it looks more and more like Byakuya with every passing second.
Right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
No, you can be sure the body was placed there sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock.
I'm sure you don't all have alibis since 10 o'clock last night.
But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Yeah, but neither does anyone else. You've got an alibi from some period. You weren't dismantling Monokuma for 9.5 hours.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
No, we haven't.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Why are people randomly discussing different times?
To 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Yeah, I'm aware, game, I'm aware. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30, and the body was not wet. No, wait, the sprinklers turn off at 7:30. Yeah, I remember getting confused about this before. It's like they flash on and off for a single split second. I don't know. But there's water at 7:30. So if something is on the ground before 7:30, it should be wet. And if it is placed on the ground after 7:30, it would be dry. And it was dry. Which means the body appeared, or was placed, in the garden after 7:30. Now, how do I convey that message?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
It was after 10 o'clock at night, possibly. There's no proof of that, but fine.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7...
I don't know what to shoot. I know what I want to say.
Shoot!
Okay, let me read
We've
this
established a time frame for the murder.
exploded body analysis. Does this talk about being dry? Explosion has burnt the upper half. The upper half was soaking wet while the bottom half remained dry. Okay, so
It took place somewhere
this
between 10 o'clock
also
at night
mentions
and 9
the
o'clock
inconsistencies
in the
between the
morning.
wetness of the body.
Yep.
So we'll try that
Makoto
one.
doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7...
What the hell am I shooting?
Shoot!
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections,
Now would be the
Literally, it's only those times I can shoot, so now my instinct is just to shoot the first time, even though it doesn't feel correct.
It took place somewhere.
Shoot!
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Oh, right, of
and
course.
9 o'clock in the morning.
No, wait, not of course.
And Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
from 10 o'clock.
Okay, no, I got it. No, I don't have it. I thought I had it that time. There were bomb fragments from the bomb we took out of Monokuma, and we took that out of him at 7:30-ish. I feel like all of these points are good. So I'm just talking with you guys for a moment. Here's what we know. The body was not wet, therefore the body was not on the ground at 7:30. Also, the body had the bomb from Monokuma, the dismantled one. We were dismantling Monokuma at 7:30 and he had a bomb inside him. So somebody placed that body in the garden with a bomb rigged up to it after 7:30. How do I say that?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
I have no idea how I'm supposed to contradict this
We've
point,
established a time frame for the
even
murder.
though I know I'm right.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections,
So I gotta
now
think.
would be the time.
If I'm saying no, that's wrong, what am I saying no, that's wrong to? Bayaki is saying between 10 o'clock? Or Hina saying no alibi until 7:30? No alibi until 7:30 is correct, so I shouldn't be challenging Hina. There's no evidence the murder actually took place before... after 10 PM, but I don't have a bullet that contradicts that point. I could shoot one time at the other, but I don't know why I'd do that. This prompt is about the sprinklers.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 and
I'm just shooting.
at night
Okay, fine. Whatever.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden.
Yeah.
The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right?
Right.
So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
That's correct. I don't know why any of my other attempts to get this point across were invalid, but yes.
I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Yeah, because I
Sorry,
chucked
Toko,
water on it.
but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How?
Did you not see the giant bucket of water?
Saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
Guys, please blank this from your memory. You never read that phrase, okay?
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are Are you trying to deny my entire existence?
I don't know what's wrong with this girl. I have no words. I have no ideas. I think she is beyond help. Honestly, at this point, I hope someone kills her.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you better tell us why.
Because it wasn't wet. Okay, I shall hit you with this bucket of water. Hiya! What, you want to fight me? You sure about this?
Nothing. No. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing.
No, no one's trying to blame you in the slightest.
No.
Not yet, anyway.
Enough. Are you trying to blame me?
I'm saving that for my trump card.
Nothing. I admit nothing.
You admit nothing. All right.
No. Enough. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No. Enough. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
What do you mean, failed? I didn't fail. I presented the evidence that the bottom half was dry. How is that not satisfactory? No, don't kill me. I wish to raise an objection. Monokuma. Yes, they voted for me to die. I get it. See? It wasn't me. Let this be a lesson to all of you.
Is this really the end for all of us? I refuse to give up yet.
You can't refuse to give up. We've already been voted for. Can I just declare my innocence now because Monokuma has literally stated I'm innocent? Is that sufficient evidence?
I admit nothing. No.
I don't like the fact I've got so many different pieces of evidence that basically say the same thing. It makes it very hard to know which one I'm supposed to be using.
Enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! Enough!
It's alright though, you guys know I know what's going on. That's all that matters to me in the grand scheme of things.
No!
As long as I got your respect, I'm happy.
Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing.
Alright, so you didn't like exploded body analysis then. How about body before the explosion? You want this one? No!
Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No!
I'm going for what I think again. I don't care.
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove
It was the damn right answer the first time. What happened? Did I not shoot the bullet fast enough? Did I
Just
lose
remember
because I
what the
decided to
body was
think?
like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
I like this game, but I hate this game.
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
Not a single word you've spoken in this trial has made any sense.
I'm so sick of her.
Agreed.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
I've been chucking water on it, you saw me do it!
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
That's not true. The body was placed there some point after 7:30.
Which means
means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
The game is very heavily suggesting that the murder must have happened in this timing window, which makes me immediately suspect the murder definitely did not happen in this timing window.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
That's correct, I'm cleared.
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Thanks, man.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Solid defense.
I'd just like to say one thing.
Quiet, we're busy condemning you. You know what? I take it back. I will grant you the chance to speak in the next episode. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I shall see you then.